Hey everybody, it's your old pal the Moo Cow here for Indie Film Cafe, and we are doing a video haul for the month of August 2020. So it looks like it's only going to be me this month, and that's okay. We can't always have a bunch of things every single month, but I try to have a few things whenever I can, and in this particular month, I managed to get a few goodies and I wanted to share them with you. So first of all, thanks to my good Aussie friend Andrew Leibold, I have this sweet Search for Wang Wang shirt. Let me see if I can't get up and show you. Check that out, way cool. So he sent me that, and in addition, I also got the Search for Wang Wang book, which is way cool. And if you guys know me, and hopefully you do, you already know that I loved this particular DVD. I recommend everybody who has any interest in either Wang Wang or just weird psychotronic movies, weird independent cinema, Filipino movies, just really cool, fun movies in general. You definitely got to go check out The Search for Wang Wang. It's pretty darn amazing. And the book is even better. So everything that I loved about the movie is times 10 in the book. And then he even went and autographed it and signed it for me. That was really, really nice of him. So I got the book, I got the shirt, and then to top it all off, I got the Wang Wang bobblehead. Outstanding. Look, it says Wang Wang down there, and it has a certificate of authenticity. See, check that out. So we are rocking and rolling with the Wang Wang here at Indie Film Cafe, and I mean, who wouldn't want to do that? Come on. So I figured, since I was doing my update video anyway, I'm here with the monkey, and I figured that we'd, give a little dap to Andrew Leibold, who's going to be on our Indie Film Cafe Spotlight. I believe it's coming for September, so keep an eye out for that. There's a really, really good conversation that we have about Wang Wang, about independent films, about Asian films, about all kinds of great stuff. Andrew Leibold's just one of those guys who's just absolutely crazy about independent cinema, and if you don't know him, or if you don't know trash cinema, or if you don't know Search for Wang Wang, you need to search him out. I'll see if I can't stick the links down below. Yeah, definitely worth checking out. Got to pardon me while I brought my tea with me. English breakfast tea, and I got this really cool octopus mug. You can see the tentacles are actually the handle here. It's pretty cool. Full to the brim with English breakfast hot tea. Yum, yum, yum. An Indie Film Cafe, it's got to be either coffee or tea or some kind of beverage. Usually for me, it's Coke Zero, but since it's the evening time and I do want to actually sleep tonight, I figure a little bit of tea would relax me. So, getting on to the haul for this month and the videos. So, this particular month, for whatever reason, just things kind of came together and I managed to get some pretty interesting stuff this month. I didn't go out of my way to buy more things, but it just kind of happened that way, which is kind of nice for a change. So we'll start off as we typically do with the Blu-rays. So let me get my eyes. They're around here. There we go. I can see what I'm doing. All right, so the very first Blu-ray is a movie from Jules Dassin called The Naked City. And this is a really, really cool film. If you like film noir, and those of you who know me know that I'm a big film noir fan, this is really, really cool. It's got some really interesting visuals, especially towards the end of the film where there's this big climatic chase at the Brooklyn Bridge. And it's just really, really neat. Starring Barry Fitzgerald, Harold Duff, Dorothy Hart, Donnie Taylor, and it's directed by, like I said, Jules Dassin. And it's just really, really interesting, and check it out. Way cool. It's not the Criterion. This is an Arrow Academy Blu-ray. So saw it, grabbed it, way cool. But we do have a Criterion here for the month, and it's going to be The Complete Lady Snowblood. Woohoo! This is actually a double film on Criterion that they put out. It's Lady Snowblood and the second Lady Snowblood film, which is Love Song of Vengeance, directed by Toshiya Fujita. And if you keep your eyes peeled, you will see for this month coming up, we've covered Lady Snowblood on Criterion Watch, and it is an outstanding film. If you don't know anything about this particular film, definitely check out our video cast, because this is a film that a lot of people, if you know anything about Asian cinema, if you know anything about Quentin Tarantino, then you know this is one of his favorite films, and this movie inspired quite a lot of Kill Bill, and you can definitely see a lot of Kill Bill in this particular film. And because, of course, it's Criterion, it comes with all sorts of fun, good stuff in here. It's a 2K digital transfer of both films. There's interviews with Keizu Koike, the writer of the manga that inspired the films, and then screenwriter Norio Asada. And then there's a bunch of trailers, and there's English translation subtitles, and there's essays and all kinds of cool stuff. So excellent pickup. It's a movie that I wanted for a long time. I saw it way back in the day. Never had the chance to get it on VHS or DVD. So when Criterion was put out, I was like, oh yeah, I'm there. So next, there was a two-for sale over at Full Moon, and as you guys know, I'm a big Full Moon fan. Charles Band, heck yeah. And so I picked up a couple of Full Moon flicks that I've always liked and just needed to get. So this is one that I had in VHS way back in the day, but never got in DVD. So I figured it was time to get it, and it is nothing short of Slave Girls from Beyond Infinity. You know, typically I don't get what I consider B movies or stinkers or lesser films like that in Blu-ray, but you know, these days everything is coming out in Blu-ray for pretty much the same price. So if you can get it, you might as well, you know, and especially since Full Moon does a pretty darn good, pretty good job with their production on most of their films. Maybe not everyone, but in a lot of them. Certainly in Slave Girls from Beyond Infinity, it's gonna benefit from being on Blu-ray. So, and this one, it doesn't have a whole lot, but it does have a tribute to Elizabeth K10 and the original trailer and a bunch of Full Moon trailers. They always stick Full Moon trailers on there, which is fine. And there you go, Slave Girls from Beyond Infinity. So when I got that, I also got a movie I've been looking for a long time. It's another one that I saw way back in the day on VHS and never managed to get my hooves on it. And it is Fairy Tales, which is a strange wackadoodle film put out by Charles Band with Little Bo Peep and Old King Cole and Little Tommy Tucker, Snow White, and all kinds of these figures from fairy tales in a not very child-oriented kind of way. You can believe that. And this is Linnea Quigley's first starring role. And it's kind of like a musical as well. So it's got a little bit of everything in there. And this one actually comes with audio commentary by Frank Ray Pearl and Charles Band. So there you go. Fairy Tales. How about that? So that's Blu-ray number 4. And the final one in the set is one that I saw. I think I saw this at 7-Eleven. It was like a couple of bucks, but it's a movie that I always kind of liked. I like, James Bond films. I don't really have very many of them because, they're kind of popcorn films. There's not really a lot of them there that I tend to see over and over and over again. But one of my favorites happens to be Man with the Golden Gun, with wonderful Christopher Lee and with Hervé Villechaize, and of course all kinds of other great folks in here, with Roger Moore, of course. And for a couple of bucks, I figured, what the heck, you might as well go ahead and pick it up. So I did. And this actually comes with a bunch of special features. So it's got this lossless audio, which is kind of cool, and smart audio technology. There's commentary from Sir Roger Moore himself. Uh, there's the director's cut with directors Guy Hamilton and members of the cast and crew. Um, there's a little featurette about the director speaks to Roger Moore and Hervé Villechaize. There is just an on-location thing. There's stunts. There's all kinds of neat stuff. This is like loaded. Look at this. Look at all the stuff there under special features. Tons and tons for like $3. Come on. And it's a Bond film that I actually really like. There's maybe 3 or 4 that I really wanted to get my hands on that I had on VHS, I had in DVD. So it makes sense to go ahead and do it on Blu-ray too for when it's so cheap. You know, you might as well. So that's the Blu-ray haul for the month. Now, getting on to the DVDs, and as usual, I try to break it in such a way that we have sort of like the better films first, and then we sort of get into the crazier ones, the stinkers, and they usually get wackier and wackier as we go on. But in the first one we have is actually from Errol Morris, who's a documentary guy that I've always really liked. And this is a film that I really enjoyed and I never ever had before. And I happened to be in Norfolk down at Book Exchange, and they had a whole bunch of new stuff coming in, and voila, there is Gates of Heaven, which is a movie I saw a good while ago when it first came out, loved it, and have always wanted it. I never actually had a copy before. So, and this is all about the weird pet cemetery and how really cool it is. And it's in California somewhere. It's a really neat documentary. So I finally got my hooves on a copy of that, and I was very pleased. The next set of movies, there's one good film, and then there's a couple of wacky stinkers. They come from somebody called CD Lady, who's an online merchant who will burn you copies of movies onto discs for you. Now, typically, that's not the sort of thing that I really like to do. However, there are a number of movies out there that simply have never come out in DVD. And for God's sakes, I'd have bought it by now, trust me. But, you know, these are films you just can't get your hands on. Some of them, I mean, you know, you might understand some of the more, you know, ones that people don't know about so much. But there's a lot of films out there, a lot of really good films that have not come out. And I don't understand why. I don't know who owns the rights or who decides not to do these things. But one of my absolute favorite movies of all time, if these folks, you know me, you know I love the Scottish director Bill Forsyth. You know I love Local Hero, which I have in Criterion version Blu-ray. I have Gregory's Girl. I need to get it on Blu-ray as well if it comes out. And I finally got the third one in that group, Comfort and Joy. One of my absolute favorite films from 1984. Most likely I'll be covering this on Film Freaks at some point. I just love that movie to bits. And believe me, if there was a way I could have just bought this, I would have done it. But it's never been released in the United States. You can get like a British Region 2 version, but it's not going to play on my stuff. So the only way to get this film is through CD Lady or DVD Lady, whatever she's called. And I'm thankful because I finally got a hold. Believe me, I've been looking this for years. And it's just irritating that, you know, and that's just it. Every time you get a new technological jump, it leaves a bunch of movies behind, and it's unfortunate. So make sure you always have a VHS player and a DVD player and a Blu-ray player and a 4K player, whatever the hell comes next, because you never know what's going to end up getting put up on the new format and what's going to be left behind. So that was one of the ones from CD Lady, and here is 2 more. These are a couple of wacky stinkers, including The Vampire's Tomb from 2013 and War is a Menstrual Envy, which those of you who know that I'm sort of kind of a fan of this particular director. Gosh, let's see. We are talking Nick Zed here. So he's authored things like Geek Maggot Bingo and They Eat Scum. And he also did this movie in 1992 called War is Menstrual Envy. And it's just batshit crazy, bizarre, weird, nuts. And Those of you who know that I love just that kind of a film. And this is going to be a perfect movie for us to cover on Sexploitation Sleazecast. So Rebecca Reinhardt, get ready for this one. And then Vampire's Tomb is an indie film that was put out. I forget who the folks who put it out, but it is basically a love poem to Ed Wood. As a matter of fact, Vampire's Tomb was a movie that Ed Wood wrote and was going to do, but never, I don't think he ever actually got around to doing it. But this particular version of his film is sort of done as if Ed Wood did it in a drunken fever dream, because it is very strange and bizarre. So we're probably going to have to cover that on Indie Film Cafe at some point. I'll have to get Mr. Moody to check it out, and if we're lucky, maybe we can get John Johnson, because we're all big Ed Wood fans, and I don't know if these guys have actually seen this particular film. It's hard to get, it's hard to find. The only way I could get it is through DVD Lady, so that's why I did it. And same thing with War is Menstrual Envy. I mean, you just can't go to the store. You can't even go down to Amazon and get these movies. So the only way you can get some of this stuff is through this kind of, other market. So this other retail, resale market. What are you going to do? It's either this or never see it. So not going to do that. So next we go on to some of the other stinkers that I managed to get through various places, either on Amazon or Dollar Store, or sometimes they get down to the Book Exchange. Here is one which looks pretty strange, and it is called Alien Arsenal, and it's some kind of wackadoodle science fiction film. It is director David Duchovny, so Moody probably knows this one. In fact, this actually comes with commentary from David Duchovny, and it has a behind-the-scenes featurette on the making of the film. So this one has got Josh Hammond, Danielle Hoover, Michelle Nordine, and a few other folks that I don't really quite know. And it is directed by David Duchovny, so it's going to be something. Should be fun. Next, we have a movie that I saw many, many years ago, and I very vaguely remember anything about it other than it was something on my list. Hard to find, hard to get. Managed to get it. I think I got it off of Amazon, and it is The Legend of Blood Castle. Now, there are several versions of this floating around, and I believe this is the full nudity one, and it was put out by Sinister Cinema, and it's just all kinds of weirdness and crazy. So yeah, this is another Euro stinker that I kind of like, and we'll probably be covering it on one show or another. Next, this is from the Dollar Store, and it is called B13 District. I guess it's like a riff on District 13. Is some kind of strange kung fu apocalypse futuristic kind of space alien nonsense thing. We'll see. We'll have to check it out. It's Luc Besson Presents, so that's curious. And all right, District B13. All right. Next, we have a movie called Astral. Evil Never Dies. And let's see here. That is Frank DeLune, Vanessa Grass. I don't know who these are. Jennifer Brooke. I don't know. Chris Moore, I guess, is the director. And looks like somebody is discovering the scientific premise of astral projection. And when they do, all kinds of shenanigans happen. So there you go. Looks pretty stinky. Next, we have another set, which I love, because why buy one movie when you can buy 4 with the Bloodsuckers collection. And this comes with The Breed, The Cave, The Forsaken, and Vampires, The Turning. So this should be a nice group of stuff. Adrian Paul is in The Breed, so is Bai Ling. Yay, I love my Bai Ling. The Cave has Cole Hauser, Morris Chestnut, and Eddie Cibrian. I don't see anybody in The Forsaken that I know. Kerr Smith, Brendan Fair. And then Vampires Returning comes with Colin Egglesfield and Stephanie Chow and Meredith Monroe. So don't really know much about either of those, but we will check them out and we will let you know. Bloodsuckers collection. Next, we have one of the After Dark Horror Fest 8 Films to Die For, and this one is called The Graves. And let's see here. I don't think I know much about this. Looks. I think it's going to be another. Is it another found footage film? Not really sure. We'll have to see about this. Sometimes death is the least of your problems. Gosh, I know that feeling. So yeah, we will have to check this out. Yep, it's Lionsgate. All right. We'll let you know how it is. Here's another dollar store find. I know nothing about this other than it looks like it's a Shockorama release. Yay, and it's called Feeding the Masses. All right, you know, I love me some Shockorama, and yes, Michael Rasso, there you go. So he's involved in this, starring Billy Garbarina and Rachel Morris and Patrick Cohen and Michael Propster, and it is directed by Richard Griffin. And the screenplay is by, of course, Trent Haga. Gotta love Trent Haga. And yeah, this looks like it'll be pretty cool. I know Billy Garbarina has been in a bunch of stuff. And I don't know this particular film, so it should be cool. It looks like it's some kind of a zombie apocalypse film, as you do, so that should be fun. Next is a film that I found online that I'd seen a long time ago and totally forgot. It just went out of my brain. And it wasn't until I was reading something else that I came across this and was reminded by it. And I was like, oh yeah, I remember that film. I don't remember if I liked it or if I didn't, but let's pick it up because it is called One Dark Night, and I believe that is Meg Tilly's very first film. I love me some Meg Tilly. And Adam West is in there, so you can't beat that. How about that for a combo? Meg Tilly and Adam West, are you kidding? And it looks like it is directed by Tom McLaughlin. And also starring is Melissa Newman. Yeah, this was something I watched a long time ago. And Meg Tilly. Sorry. Yeah, I admit Meg Tilly. Definitely getting it. Another one that I found at the Book Exchange is a movie called The Curse of Robert. So it looks like a sort of wackadoodle evil kid kind of movie, based on the true story of a haunted doll. Oh God. So Chucky and Annabelle were scary. Robert is your worst nightmare. So there you go. I can't tell who put this one out, but let's see here. I don't think I know anybody in this particular production, but we will check it out and we will let you know. Gotta love an evil kid / evil doll movie. Let's see here. We've got just a handful left. Okay, here's yet another one I found at the Book Exchange, and it is Wolf's Beast Within. Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds meets Outbreak, so you can't beat that. This is another Lionsgate release. This came out in 2009, and it comes with all kinds of special features, shot on super 35mm film with a stills gallery. There's a widescreen edition, Spanish subtitles, Dolby Digital audio transfer, etc., etc., etc. Let's see here. So Anna Bruler, Philip Dan, Marilyn Grodin, Nicholas Jorgens. I don't really know who these folks are, but it is directed by Wolfen and someone else that I cannot read. So there you go. Wolf. We shall check out The Beast Within and let you know. And then another one from Book Exchange is one I saw and I immediately grabbed because I saw this a long time ago and it was such a ridiculous piece of garbage that you can't help but get it. King Kong escapes. Yes, this is the ridiculous guy in the ape suit who has to fight the ridiculous guy in a freaking ridiculous robot ape suit. And it's so fucking bad. It is just so terrible. Awful, awful, awful movie, but a lot of fun as well. You gotta love these kind of films. They're just so silly. Um, and I think this was actually a Toho release, believe it or not. Oh man, they were really scraping the bottom of the barrel with this one. And yeah, yeah, that's right. Doctor Who builds a robot, not the Doctor Who, but their Doctor Who builds a robot Kong, and the real Kong has to fight robot Kong. Ridiculous. Um, this is a dollar store movie I saw that I know zero about. However, as soon as I saw that Taryn Manning is in it, I had to pick up Banshee. Live Faster, also Romano Orzani and Michael Lombardi. So apparently Taryn Manning is playing a sexy streetwise punk, so you've already got me interested for $1. Are you kidding? In this stylish high-speed action thriller from the director of Zebra Lounge. Oh yeah, Zebra Lounge, sorry. So there you go. I don't know anybody else who is in this production, but it was directed by Carrie Scogland. So there you go. But yeah, I'll pretty much watch just about anything with Taryn Manning. She's awesome. I like her. And let's see, we've got 2 left. And the next movie we have is from the award-winning SFX creator of The Descent, and it's called Howl. And it is starring Ed Spielers and Shauna McDonald. Okay, and it's directed by Paul Hyatt, and I'm not really sure who's putting this out. Alchemy and Metrodome, don't know them. Comes with some special features, including 25 minutes of behind-the-scenes making-of featurettes. And it looks like there is some kind of wacky, you know, werewolf or some kind of critter that's being changed into. We will have to check it out. Looks like it's an old blockbuster, so every time and again these might pop up. So there you go. Howl. And finally, the last movie is another one that I saw at the book exchange, and I don't really know a whole lot about this either, but with this title, you know I had to go for it. Clown Fear. You'll die laughing. And let's see here. Oh, this comes with special features too. It comes with behind the scenes and a music video. Very nice. You know, I'm always going to get me some clowns, not because I like them, but because they're just so freaking disturbing and awful. Yeah, I always got to have some kind of a wackadoodle clown film. Let's see here. So, Randy Wayne, Darcy DeMoss, Augie Duke, Tiffany Fest, Courtney Akbar, Marty Blandmet, Sarah French. Sarah French sounds very, very familiar. Let's see here. And not sure who's, directed by Min Collins. That name also sounds familiar. So there you go. Very interesting. Yeah, clowns killing people, as they do. You know they do, because they're evil, because they're clowns. Okay, so that's pretty much the haul for this month. Gonna have a little more tea here, because I've been yapping and my mouth's dry. Oh, that's the stuff. And yeah, we definitely have some interesting news coming on. You know, we're going to be doing a another Kickstarter campaign for Sick Flick Productions. That should be coming out very soon. So please, if you're feeling generous and you want to support independent films, please go onto the page. It'll be all over Facebook. It'll be all over everything. And please go ahead and donate if you can. So it's either going to be Kickstarter or Indiegogo. It's going to be one of those things. Mr. Moody knows. He'll let you know. And we have a whole bunch of stuff lined up, and we have some new shows coming up, some new podcasts. We're going to be kind of rotating some of the older shows out just for a little bit, just to go on hiatus for a bit, and then bring in some other shows in to sort of give you guys a variety of content. And then hopefully in the near future, we will be releasing our Roku channel. And on the Roku channel, we're going to have all kinds of stuff. And we are trying to work out some deals with some other folks for content so that we can be, one of the places where you can go for independent cinema, because that's what it's all about, folks. It's all for putting out stuff that you're not going to get out of Hollywood when they do like the 25th different remake of the same damn film over and over and over. We're trying to be an alternative to that. So if you get the chance, if you've got some money, please donate to the cause. We're going to really, really appreciate it, and we certainly could use it. So I think that it just about wraps up this month's haul. Thank you very much for watching, paying attention, and come on back next time for Indie Film Cafe, and we will let you know what kind of crazy wild garbage we managed to pick up, and we will definitely put it out there for you. So gonna have another sip of my tea, and the monkey says goodbye, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.